Welcome to History Before Bed, where we bring you calming historical stories perfect for bedtime. I started this channel because I struggled with insomnia, and while audiobooks helped, they were often too exciting to help me sleep. So I created these stories to be engaging enough to hold your attention, but soothing enough to lull you to sleep. If you enjoy our bedtime history tales, please like and subscribe before you drift off, so you never miss an episode. Now, get comfortable, relax, and let the gentle rhythms of history guide you to sleep.
The origins of the ancient Olympics. Chapter 1: The Sacred Grove of Olympia. In the heart of the Peloponnesian Peninsula, nestled among rolling hills and meandering rivers, lay the sacred grove of Olympia. The 8th century BCE saw this lush landscape as a place of divine reverence, where towering ancient temples and altars stood in homage to Zeus, the king of the gods. The grove, rich with olive trees whose silvery leaves whispered in the wind, was imbued with an aura of sanctity and timelessness. The Temple of Zeus dominated the landscape, its grandeur evident in the massive Doric columns that supported the marble structure. Inside, an immense statue of Zeus, sculpted by the renowned Phidias, captured the god in his full majesty. His figure, adorned with gold and ivory, exuded power and serenity, embodying the divine protector of the land. Around the temple, altars dedicated to various gods and goddesses were laden with offerings from worshippers who traveled from afar to seek favor and guidance. Olympia was not merely a religious site, it was the spiritual heart of the Greek world. Pilgrims from every corner of the Hellenic lands came to honor Zeus, participating in elaborate rituals and sacrifices. The sacred olive trees, believed to be gifts from the gods themselves, provided shade to philosophers and priests who meditated on divine matters and interpreted omens. The religious significance of Olympia extended beyond mere worship. It was a symbol of unity, a place where the fragmented Greek city-states could find common ground. The Olympic Games were born out of this spirit of reverence and competition. These games were not just athletic contests, they were acts of piety, celebrating the gods' favor through human excellence. King Iphitos of Elis was a central figure in the establishment of these games. According to legend, it was he who sought the counsel of the Oracle of Delphi during a time of great strife. The oracle, speaking through the priestess Pythia, conveyed a divine mandate to hold athletic contests in honor of Zeus. This prophecy inspired Iphitos to formalize the games, believing that such an event would bring peace and harmony to the warring states. The oracle's words resonated deeply with Iphitos. He envisioned the games as a means to unify Greece, fostering a spirit of camaraderie and healthy competition. His vision was shared by the rulers of neighboring regions, who saw the potential for these games to transcend political divisions and cultivate a pan-Hellenic identity. The early gatherings at Olympia were vibrant festivals that combined religious devotion with athletic prowess. Pilgrims and athletes alike journeyed across rugged terrains to participate in these sacred events. The air was thick with the scent of burning incense and the sound of hymns dedicated to the gods. Athletes trained rigorously, their bodies becoming instruments of divine celebration. Among the first competitions were foot races, where men sprinted across the stadium with the fervor of those blessed by the gods. The victors were crowned with wreaths made from the sacred olive branches, symbolizing divine approval and eternal glory. These early games were simple, yet they laid the foundation for what would become a celebrated tradition. As the fame of the Olympic Games spread, so did the influx of participants and spectators. Each gathering became grander, more elaborate, and more infused with religious significance. The Grove of Olympia transformed into a bustling hub of activity, where the sacred and the secular intertwined seamlessly. Thus, the sacred grove of Olympia, with its majestic temples and hallowed altars, became the birthplace of a tradition that honored both gods and men. Through the vision of King Iphitos and the divine guidance of the Oracle of Delphi, the Olympic Games emerged as a beacon of unity and excellence, celebrating the enduring bond between the divine and the mortal. Chapter 2: The Birth of the Games. The inception of the Olympic Games was shrouded in myth and historical necessity, intertwining divine legends with the pragmatic desires of mortal men. As Greek city-states continually waged war against one another, a fervent need for peace and unity arose. The myth of Hercules and his labors, particularly his founding of the Olympic Games to honor Zeus after completing his arduous tasks, provided a divine narrative that resonated with the Greeks. This myth symbolized the triumph of human endurance and divine favor, setting a precedent for the Games as an act of piety and excellence. However, the historical context painted a more practical picture. The ceaseless conflicts between city-states such as Sparta, Athens, and Thebes drained resources and lives, creating a longing for a common ground where hostilities could cease, even if temporarily. King Iphitos of Elis emerged as a pivotal figure in this narrative. His quest for peace led him to the hallowed halls of the Oracle of Delphi, where the enigmatic Pythia delivered prophecies from Apollo. Iphitos' journey to Delphi was fraught with desperation and hope. He climbed the steep slopes of Mount Parnassus, passing through the sacred Castalian spring where pilgrims purified themselves. Upon reaching the temple of Apollo, Iphitos offered sacrifices and awaited the oracle's words. The Pythia, seated on her tripod above a fissure emitting vapors, spoke in cryptic verses. She proclaimed that only through the establishment of games in honor of Zeus could peace be achieved among the Greeks. Emboldened by the oracle's decree, Iphitos returned to Elis with renewed purpose. He sought the support of Lycurgus of Sparta and Cleisthenes of Pisa, influential leaders who shared his vision. Together, they proclaimed the establishment of the Olympic Games, instituting a sacred truce known as Ikakeria. This truce ensured that all hostilities ceased during the Games, allowing athletes and spectators to travel safely to Olympia. The first competitions were modest, reflecting the nascent stage of the Games. Foot races, known as stadion, were the primary events. Athletes sprinted the length of the stadium, driven by the desire to win not just for personal glory, but for the honor of their city-states. The rules were simple yet rigorous, emphasizing fair play and respect for the gods. Victors were crowned with wreaths made from the sacred olive trees, symbolizing divine favor and eternal fame. The preparation of athletes was a testament to their dedication and reverence for the Games. Training regimens were intense, often taking place in the palestra, a wrestling school where athletes honed their skills in various disciplines. These preparations were not merely physical, but also spiritual. Athletes adhered to strict diets, underwent grueling exercises, and performed rituals to honor Zeus and seek his blessing. The training period, known as the Agon, was a sacred journey in itself, transforming men into paragons of human excellence. Participation in the Olympic Games was the pinnacle of an athlete's career, a chance to gain immortal fame. Competing in Olympia was an honor that transcended personal achievement, embodying the collective pride of one's polis. Victors were celebrated with songs and statues, their names etched into history as symbols of divine favor and human perseverance. The birth of the Olympic Games was a convergence of myth, necessity, and human aspiration. Through the visionary leadership of King Iphitos and the divine guidance of the Oracle of Delphi, the Games emerged as a unifying force in a fractured world. The first competitions, simple yet profound, laid the foundation for a tradition that would endure for centuries, celebrating the enduring bond between gods and mortals. Chapter 3: Expansion and Rituals. The Olympic Games, initially modest in scope, quickly grew in prominence and complexity. As their reputation spread across the Hellenic world, the Games expanded to include a variety of events that tested the limits of human strength, endurance, and skill. Wrestling, boxing, and chariot racing were introduced, each bringing its own unique challenges and spectacle. The pentathlon, a combination of 5 events, running, long jump, discus throw, javelin throw, and wrestling, was introduced to identify the most versatile and all-around athlete. Wrestling, known as pale, was one of the earliest additions. It was a contest of strength and technique, where athletes grappled to pin their opponents to the ground. The sport emphasized not only physical power but also strategic thinking and agility. Boxing, or pygmachia, was another brutal and intense event, where fighters wrapped their hands in leather straps and aimed to knock out their opponents. The combination of skill, endurance, and raw power in these contests captivated spectators and added a thrilling dimension to the Games. Chariot racing, held in the Hippodrome, was a display of speed and control. Teams of horses thundered around the track, their drivers maneuvering with precision to outpace their rivals. The roar of the crowd and the sight of the chariots racing by at breakneck speeds added to the electrifying atmosphere. The pentathlon, celebrated for its comprehensive test of athletic ability, required competitors to excel in multiple disciplines, embodying the ideal of elite or excellence. Rituals and ceremonies played a crucial role in the Olympic Games, reflecting their deep religious significance. Before the Games began, a grand procession led athletes, priests, and officials to the altar of Zeus. Sacrifices were made, usually in the form of animals such as bulls, whose blood sanctified the grounds and sought the favor of the gods. The scent of burning meat and incense filled the air, blending with the chants and prayers of the participants. During the Games, rituals continued to be observed with strict adherence. Athletes swore oaths before a statue of Zeus Horkios, the god of oaths, vowing to compete honorably and abide by the rules. The competitions themselves were considered offerings to Zeus, acts of devotion as much as displays of physical prowess. Victors were crowned with olive wreaths, crafted from the sacred trees of Olympia, symbolizing divine approval and eternal glory. These wreaths were more than mere prizes, they were tokens of Zeus's favor and a testament to the athlete's arete. The cultural impact of the Olympic Games on Greek society was profound. Physical fitness became a celebrated ideal, with training and athletic competition seen as pathways to honor and virtue. Gymnasiums and palestri became integral parts of Greek cities, where young men trained not only for the Games, but also for the battlefield. The concept of arete permeated all aspects of life, encouraging individuals to strive for excellence in both body and mind. The Games also fostered a sense of unity among the Greek city-states, despite their frequent conflicts. Athletes from diverse regions, including Athens, Sparta, Corinth, and beyond, converged on Olympia to compete under a common set of rules and for a shared purpose. This pan-Hellenic participation highlighted a collective heritage and promoted a sense of solidarity. The sacred truce, or ekakeria, ensured safe passage for participants and spectators, temporarily suspending hostilities and allowing for peaceful interaction. As the Olympic Games grew in grandeur, they became a symbol of Greek identity and a testament to the enduring bond between humanity and the divine. The expansion of events, the rich tapestry of rituals, and the cultural values they promoted left an indelible mark on Greek society. Through the Games, the Greeks celebrated not only athletic excellence but also the ideals of honor, unity, and the pursuit of perfection. Chapter 4: Legendary Athletes and Heroes. The Olympic Games were not only a showcase of athletic prowess, but also a breeding ground for legends. The stories of early Olympians like Milo of Croton and Leonidas of Rhodes were woven into the fabric of Greek culture, their feats celebrated in art, literature, and public memory. Milo of Croton, a figure synonymous with strength, was one of the most famous athletes of ancient Greece. Born in the 6th century BCE, Milo's remarkable power and endurance made him a dominant force in wrestling. He won 6 Olympic titles, spanning over 2 decades, a feat unmatched in his time. His training methods were as legendary as his victories. It was said that Milo carried a young bull on his shoulders every day, gradually building his strength until he could lift the fully grown animal. His incredible display of power at the Olympics included feats such as holding his breath until his veins bulged and standing with a pomegranate in his hand, challenging anyone to take it from him without breaking the fruit. These demonstrations of strength became part of Milo's mythos, blending reality with legend. Leonidas of Rhodes, another iconic figure, dominated the Olympics in the 2nd century BCE. Known for his versatility, Leonidas achieved an unprecedented record by winning all 3 running events, Stadion, Diolos, and Hoplitodromos, at 4 consecutive Olympic Games. His speed and endurance were unparalleled, and his undefeated streak cemented his legacy as one of the greatest Olympians. Leonidas' training regimen focused on a balance of speed and stamina, incorporating long runs across diverse terrains and intense interval training. His victories were celebrated not just for their athleticism, but also for their embodiment of the Greek ideal of arete, or excellence. The Olympic Games were deeply entwined with Greek mythology, and many believed that Heracles, himself had instituted athletic contests in honor of Zeus. According to legend, after completing his 12 labors, Hercules established the Games to commemorate his achievements and honor his father, Zeus. This mythical connection elevated the status of the Games, framing them as divine institutions that celebrated both human and godly virtues. The belief that Hercules, the paragon of strength and heroism, had a hand in founding the Games added a layer of reverence and historical continuity to the event. The public reception of these athletes was one of immense admiration and celebration. Victorious athletes were hailed as heroes upon their return to their city-states. They were often granted front-row seats at public events, exempted from taxes, and received substantial financial rewards. Their likenesses were sculpted into statues, their names immortalized in poems and songs. The adoration extended beyond their lifetimes, as future generations recounted their stories, perpetuating their legends. The influence of these athletes extended into the realms of art and literature. Sculptors captured their physiques in marble and bronze, emphasizing the idealized forms of the human body. Poets like Pindar composed odes that celebrated their victories, blending historical fact with mythological grandeur. These works of art and literature not only glorified the athletes, but also reinforced the cultural values of honor, excellence, and the pursuit of greatness. The lasting legacy of these early Olympians in Greek culture was profound. They exemplified the heights of human potential, serving as inspirations for both their contemporaries and future generations. Their stories were told and retold, becoming part of the collective consciousness of Greek society. The legends of Milo's strength and Leonidas' speed transcended the boundaries of sport, influencing ideals of physical fitness, heroism, and the pursuit of arete. The legendary athletes of the ancient Olympic Games left an indelible mark on Greek history and culture. Through their remarkable feats, rigorous training, and the myths that surrounded them, they became symbols of human excellence and divine favor. Their influence resonated through art, literature, and public life, shaping the cultural landscape of ancient Greece and inspiring generations to strive for greatness. Chapter 5: The Legacy of the Ancient Olympics. The Olympic Games, born in the 8th century BCE, endured for nearly 12 centuries, evolving and adapting to the shifting tides of history while maintaining their core principles of competition, honor, and reverence for the gods. These games became a steadfast tradition, a fixture in the cultural and religious life of the Greeks. even as their world changed around them. Under Greek rule, the Games flourished, expanding to include a variety of events and drawing competitors from across the Hellenic world. The Roman conquest of Greece in the 2nd century BCE brought new influences, yet the Olympic Games persisted. Roman emperors, recognizing the prestige of the Games, often patronized them, and Roman athletes began to compete. However, the essential spirit of the Games, a celebration of physical excellence and a tribute to the gods, remained intact. The festival continued to be held every 4 years, attracting thousands of spectators and participants to Olympia. Despite their endurance, the Olympic Games faced gradual decline with the rise of Christianity. As the new faith spread through the Roman Empire, it brought with it a shift in cultural and religious values. The Christian disdain for pagan rituals and the worship of multiple gods undermined the traditional foundations of the Games. The final blow came in 393 CE when Emperor Theodosius I, a devout Christian, issued a decree banning all pagan festivals, including the Olympic Games. This marked the end of an era, as the once vibrant celebrations at Olympia faded into memory. For centuries, the site of Olympia lay in ruins, its former glory buried beneath layers of earth and time. It was not until the 18th and 19th centuries that the world began to rediscover the ancient site. Archaeologists, inspired by historical texts and driven by a passion for uncovering the past, embarked on excavations that revealed the remnants of the temples, stadiums, and altars that once stood at Olympia. The rediscovery of Olympia reignited interest in the ancient Games and their significance. This archaeological revival paralleled a broader cultural movement that sought to revive the Olympic spirit in the modern era. The vision of Pierre de Coubertin, a French educator and historian, culminated in the establishment of the modern Olympic Games in 1896. Held in Athens, these first modern Olympics aimed to capture the essence of their ancient predecessors, the celebration of human excellence, the promotion of unity, and the fostering of international peace. The modern Olympics have grown into a global phenomenon, drawing athletes from nearly every nation to compete in a spirit of friendly competition. Despite the differences between ancient and modern times, the core values of the Olympics have remained remarkably consistent. Both incarnations of the Games emphasize the ideals of competition, unity, and excellence. The modern Olympic motto, Sitius, Altius, Fortius, faster, higher, stronger, echoes the ancient Greek pursuit of arete, the notion of striving for personal and communal greatness. The cultural heritage of the ancient Olympic Games continues to resonate in contemporary society. The values they promoted, physical fitness, fair competition, and respect for others, are still celebrated today. The Games have also had a lasting impact on international relations, providing a platform for nations to engage in peaceful competition and cultural exchange. The Olympic torch, lit in Olympia and carried to the host city, symbolizes the enduring connection between the ancient and modern Games, a flame that has burned brightly through the ages. The legacy of the ancient Olympics is a testament to the enduring power of human aspiration and the timeless pursuit of excellence. From the sacred grove of Olympia to the grand stadiums of the modern world, the spirit of the Games has transcended centuries, inspiring generations to reach for greatness. The rediscovery and revival of the Olympic Games have ensured that this remarkable tradition continues to unite and inspire people around the globe, celebrating the best of humanity. Chapter 6: The Eternal Flame. The Olympic Games, both ancient and modern, are a powerful symbol of humanity's enduring quest for excellence, unity, and peace. They are a testament to the values that have shaped civilizations for millennia, from the sacred groves of Olympia to the global stage of the modern world. As we reflect on this remarkable journey, it is clear that the spirit of the Olympics continues to inspire and unite people across the globe. The ancient Olympic Games began in 776 BCE as a religious festival to honor Zeus, but they quickly became much more than that. They were a celebration of physical prowess, a stage for heroes, and a unifying force in a divided world. Athletes like Milo of Croton and Leonidas of Rhodes became legends, their feats immortalized in art and literature. These games fostered a sense of shared heritage among the Greek city-states, promoting peace through the sacred truce and the common pursuit of excellence. Despite the decline and eventual cessation of the ancient games with the rise of Christianity, their legacy was never truly forgotten. The rediscovery of Olympia in the 18th and 19th centuries reignited interest in these ancient traditions. The work of archaeologists and historians revealed the grandeur of the ancient games, inspiring a new generation to revive this noble institution. The modern Olympic Games, established in 1896, drew directly from their ancient predecessors. Pierre de Coubertin's vision brought the Olympic spirit into the contemporary era, adapting the ancient values of competition, unity, and excellence to a global context. The modern Olympics have become a platform for promoting peace, celebrating diversity, and pushing the boundaries of human achievement. They have grown to include a vast array of sports and participants from nearly every nation, truly embodying the global spirit. Throughout the 20th and 21st centuries, the Olympics have faced numerous challenges, from political boycotts to global conflicts. Yet, they have persevered, continuing to symbolize hope and unity in a fractured world. The Olympic torch, lit in Olympia and carried around the globe, serves as a reminder of the Games' ancient origins and their timeless values. The flame represents the enduring connection between past and present, a beacon of hope that has endured through the ages. The legacy of the Olympic Games extends beyond the realm of sports. They have influenced culture, art, and international relations, promoting ideals that resonate far beyond the stadium. The stories of ancient athletes, the rediscovery of Olympia, and the revival of the Games in the modern era all contribute to a rich tapestry that celebrates the best of humanity. As we look to the future, the Olympic Games continue to evolve, reflecting the changing world while staying true to their core principles. They remind us that, despite our differences, we share a common humanity and a collective aspiration for greatness. The Olympics are a celebration of what we can achieve when we come together, striving not only for personal excellence but for a better world. In conclusion, the story of the Olympic Games is a testament to the enduring power of tradition, the resilience of human spirit, and the timeless pursuit of excellence. From their origins in ancient Greece to their modern incarnation, the Olympics have transcended time and space, uniting people in the spirit of friendly competition and mutual respect. The flame of the Olympics burns bright, a symbol of hope, unity, and the enduring quest for greatness that defines the human experience.
Thank you for joining me tonight on History Before Bed. I hope you found our journey through the past both intriguing and restful. If you enjoyed tonight's story, please like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what story you'd like to hear next. Sweet dreams, and I'll see you in the next episode. Good night.